Okay, here we are once again. For the last few years, I've been using this Gerber multi-tool, and it's been great. It's been very great. Honestly, there's just a few things I use here. The plier portion of it, scissors, can opener, and that's about it. Scissors, can opener, and plier. Those are the main things I use because, to be honest with you, the screwdriver portion of this really sucks. I've never had to use it. The saw, too small for anything else, but the thing I use the most has been the scissors. Now, Leatherman came out with the Leatherman Wave, and they're claiming to have the biggest scissors of any multi-tool, or of any multi-tool they've made. This is a Leatherman Wave Ultra. Alpha, not Ultra. I meant to say Alpha. I don't know why I said Ultra. Carbon fiber. Let's get into it. So usually I like to do the whole unboxing thing, but there's not much here. There's literally nothing else. There was a few sheets of paper for like warranty and stuff, but that was about it. There's nothing else to it. So let's look at the Leatherman Wave Ultra. Now the Wave is nothing new. I know you guys have been around for a while, or if you guys are familiar with these, the Wave is nothing new, but they did change a few things. And as I mentioned in the intro, I really don't use a whole lot of stuff with this. I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing I've ever, if I need to cut down a tree or cut some bushes down, I really have my separate saw. I don't ever use this. I bring my saw with me. This, it's just too small. Anything I could cut with this, I could probably just break it in half. So no big deal. I don't really need that. There are lots of tools that, I see these with like 5,000 tools installed. I don't need all that. So I wanted something light, simple, easy. And this was kind of the perfect tool. The pricing I wasn't crazy about, but it was kind of the perfect tool. So like I said, what I use is the knife. This is a Magna Cut blade, which is, I guess, harder and stays sharper longer. I use this a lot to kind of start fires, shaving down a few pieces of the wood to kind of toss in the fire to start. So I do use that a lot. I cut food with it and stuff like that. I do use the actual plier portion of it. One downside is my Gerber, even though it's cheap, does spring back. This one doesn't. So, come on, Gerber. That would have been a really, really quick, easy thing to add. This does actually have the wire cutter portion of it, which I've never actually needed before, but who knows? Maybe I'll start using that. The other thing I do use, as I mentioned in the intro, is the scissors. And the scissors are huge. That's probably what I use the most to cut strings and little things. I do use that quite a bit when I'm out. This is what I've been using, and there is a huge difference. Now this is going to be pretty comparable to like some of the other Leatherman, but this, man, look at that. Huge improvement. That was the main reason why I bought it. Also because it's carbon fiber is kind of light, super, super light. I'll show you some of my favorite stuff. So the can opener, as I mentioned, I do use that quite a bit. Can opener, it's a must. I gotta have it. Bottle opener doesn't have anything, but honestly, I don't need a bottle opener. If I did, I could just honestly just crack it open. It's not a big deal. So I don't need a bottle opener here. But something that I found on here that I actually think is genius is it's a very, very small screwdriver. I can't tell you how many times I need something like this and I go digging around for it, or I have a set here at home. I'll be on the road and my car remote will actually die or something like that, and I need a small screwdriver, so I end up buying another one. Now it's on here. It actually has a flathead on one side. You flip it over, and it's a Phillips. That is amazing. I do love that. So the other thing I actually kind of like about this is that the Leatherman multi thing for the blades, for the actual real size screwdrivers, You can actually buy some aftermarket stuff and fit it in here, like a ratchet and stuff like that, and it works really well. So I do actually like that it has this, although I don't really see myself using that, so I'm probably not going to be buying that. But honestly, those are the main tools. I mean, you have a little pry bar, which I've never actually needed, but it's there if I ever need it. Now, I will be honest, this is actually my second one. The original one that I got wasn't made very well, and it didn't open up very well. The scissors, nothing worked. I had to return that and get this one. This also has a diamond blade or diamond sharpener. I don't see myself using that, to be honest with you. I've never had to resharpen any of my knives when I'm out in the, out in the middle of nowhere. So I don't really need that, but it's on there. It is sharp though. It does actually have a carbon fiber G5 grip, so it does feel good in the hand. Not as bulky as something like this. This is quite bulky. Now, like I said, I do wish this would spring back. This cheap Gerber can do it. I've never had an issue with it breaking, so I don't know why Leatherman hasn't caught on to that. So that would have been really cool, Leatherman. Add that to this. Now, to carry something like this is about $200. So really, I didn't want to scratch it. Two ways of carrying it. You can actually either use a medium-sized Leatherman pouch. They sell several different versions of it. The downside is the leather Leatherman pouch, I have a hard time saying that, actually fits really tight and has a small belt loop. So I couldn't really get that one because my belt is a concealed carry belt and it's quite a bit thicker. So this one would work, but for everyday use, I was able to order a clip for it. Now the clip, the only bad thing is only Leatherman sells it. No store around here sells it. So I had to order it from Leatherman, pay $15 for the clip and then $5 for shipping and handling. So that wasn't fun. So this clip, ordering it brass, was just, I mean, come on, match it all up. It looks amazing, looks great. But the really neat thing is it does clip on, so you can actually just clip on, and I mean, that brass looks great because of all the brass little details. So that's pretty great. Easy to take off. You can actually just unclip it just like that. Very, very, very easy. If you've never had one of these, it's pretty simple. You'll see these are all kind of the same. Where you check to this side, one of them actually has a piece. This one here, it's a little bit different. Let's see if this focuses. So that's what this clips onto. So simple. Clips on just like that. To take this off, all you do is you push this here, push it up. That's it. Now, I know this is a short video, but overall, I mean, it's a great tool. If you're looking for a gift for somebody for the holidays, this is actually a great tool. If they're like an outdoors person, it's $200, although I was able to get it through REI and they're doing the 20% off right now. So I was able to buy this for, I think it was like $150, something like that. Great tool, light, simple to carry. You can use it every day. You don't feel it because it is smaller than some of the other ones that actually have like 50 tools that none of us ever use. And it's got the G5, so comfortable and really easy to operate with one hand. So I do really, really like that. You can actually use it as a regular knife for like every day. It's pretty great. That's about it for this Leatherman Wave Alpha. Like I said, it's a short video because there's really not much to it. I mean, you guys know about Leatherman. I just wanted to show you what I use. And this honestly would be my choice to give to anybody who is an outdoors person. If they're looking for a Leatherman, because it's simple, it's light, it's not like the others. It doesn't have all these unnecessary tools that we don't need. Anything that this can cut, I could probably grab it and break it off without the saw, so I wouldn't actually be using that, to be honest with you. I do carry this when I'm backpacking. That is a saw, so super light. If I ever need a saw, this is actually what I need. It's great, single hand operation. I do see some people actually kind of try to do the butterfly knife thing with it. I mean, that's cool, but it's a little too stiff for that. I'm sure it'll get better later. But let me know if you have any questions. Thank you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you later.